Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today we are going to discuss food labels. It's going to be very basic, so if you already understand how to read food labels, this is not the video for you. We're going to be analyzing 4 things: serving size, total carbs, dietary fiber, and ingredients. We're going to start with meat, because fresh meat, it typically has 1 ingredient. Processed meats and prepared meats will have an ingredient list, and many of you struggle knowing which meats are fine to eat and which aren't. Find the serving size. This is ground pork, and the serving size is 4 ounces. Not the whole package, only 4 ounces. Did you find the total carbs? There are no grams of carbs because it's only pork. There's no carbs in pork. And there is no dietary fiber. It's not even on the list. And there are no ingredients listed on this label. Sometimes meat will have an ingredient list, sometimes it won't. And this is just 100% pork. It doesn't have any added ingredients. Now in this house, we've decided not to eat any sugar. And there are a lot of different names for sugar. But if you include sugar in your diets, in your net carbs, this video might not apply to you. But because we don't have meat with sugar in it, I walked to the store and I filmed various meats with sugar to show you how to read the food labels and how to figure out the net carbs. How to know if there were sugar or starches in the meats. So I'm going to be going back and forth between home where I explain and the store where I filmed, because I honestly didn't feel like explaining things there in the store. We're going to start with a very popular meat, smoked sausage. Any of the flavors, beef, chicken, turkey, pork, it's all going to apply to those. The serving size is always at the top left corner. Can you find the serving size? Serving size is going to be 2 ounces. Did you find it? Did you find the 2 ounces? Let me show you what 2 ounces is. Now find the total carbs and the dietary fiber. Did you find it? It's 3 grams of total carbs and 1 gram of dietary fiber. So let's figure out the net carbs. You're going to subtract the fiber from the total carbs. So 3 grams of total carbs minus 1 gram of fiber equals 2 grams of net carbs. Now, what does that mean? Well, our body doesn't digest fiber. Our cells aren't going to burn the carbs and fiber, so we don't have to count those for our totals of carbs for the day. We only count the net carbs, what the body actually burns. But it's a small amount. That's 2 ounces. That's 1 serving size. So half of that sausage is a 12-ounce sausage. Half of that sausage is going to have 6 grams of net carbs. The whole sausage is going to have 12 grams of net carbs. So you need to pay attention to serving size. Remember, we're going to pay attention to 4 things: serving size, total carbs, dietary fiber, and now ingredients. Look for the sugar. And look for any starches. I found 3. Corn syrup, dextrose, and smoked sugar. Now let's look at breakfast sausage. Find the serving size. Two ounces. That equals 1 serving. Find the total carbs and find the dietary fiber. There's 2 grams of total carbs and 0 grams of dietary fiber. So 2 minus 0 equals 2 grams of net carbs for a 2-ounce serving, 1 patty. The whole tube is going to make 6 servings, 6 patties. So for the whole tube, that's 12 grams of net carbs. Now let's check the ingredients for sugars and starches. I found 2. Corn syrup and sugar. So if there's only 2 grams of net carbs And say all day I've only eaten 18 grams of net carbs, so I have those 2 grams left. Why would I not eat this specific sausage? Because in my 8 years of keto experience, what I've learned is just that little bit of sugar will increase my cravings. 1 2-ounce patty or 2 patties wouldn't satisfy me. My addictive brain wants more and more and more. Because remember, food companies, they actually have food scientists who design recipes to increase our enjoyment and to want us to make our brain want to eat more, to come back and buy their products. And I hate using my willpower to resist cravings. I really hate it. I want to use my energy for other things. Now let's look at breakfast sausage links. You know, those cute little ones. Find the serving size. So 3 links is 1 serving. Find the total carbs and find the dietary fiber. There are no total carbs and there's no dietary fiber. So it seems that this sausage is great. It seems there's no sugar. But wait, check the ingredients. I found 2 sugars, dextrose and maltodextrin. Those are both other names for sugar. Now wait a minute. If there's sugar in that, how can it be 0 total grams of carbs? Let me explain. Because if the carbs are low enough, if the total carbs are 0.4 or below, the rules, the legal guidelines on food labels is the companies can put down 0. They round down. So say 3 links is 0.4 grams of carbs. And so if you eat 6 links, you're eating 0.8 grams of net carbs. Meaning, if you eat that whole package, all of those little links, it's possible you're eating 1.8 grams of net carbs. But if you put that down as 0 in your Carb Manager tracker, that 1.8 grams extra of net carbs might be enough to make you stop burning fat. For me, the best option is to make my own. I can control the ingredients. And I will be making 3 videos, 3 different sausages. It's back here, waiting for me to make them. Now let's look at the ground pork that I filmed at the store. Find the serving size. This one, the serving size is 3 ounces. Cooked weight after it's cooked. The ground pork I bought from Walmart, a serving size is 4 ounces, and it doesn't tell you if that's cooked or raw, so I assumed that's raw. Now find the total carbs and the dietary fiber. And it's just like the Walmart ground pork. No carbs and no fiber. So it's going to have no net carbs. But we also want to check ingredients. This one does have ingredients more than just pork. There's the pork, there's vinegar, and there's natural flavoring. And those 2 ingredients are fine. Vinegar's fine. Natural flavoring tends to not have carbs in it. And there's no sugar in this. And there's no starches. So this pork is acceptable. Now let's check spices that we're going to add to sausage. If you live in the South or in the country, your local store might sell sausage seasoning in a packet. Or you might be able to buy it online. But don't do it. They're going to have sugar in them. It's going to be best to pick individual herbs and individual spices. And make it yourself. Make it without sugar. Don't pick a spice blend. Except poultry seasoning, which is a mixture of spices, doesn't have sugar in it. The dominant taste in breakfast sausage is going to be sage. And individual herbs and individual spices tend not to have a food label on there. They're not going to have serving sizes, total carbs, dietary fiber. They're not going to have any of that information. Blends will. So smoked sausage has sugar. Breakfast links and breakfast sausage have sugar. I've got to make it myself. I really don't feel like it. Another breakfast meat option is bacon. Bacon without sugar. Find the serving size on the packet. Find the total carbs and the dietary fiber. Find the ingredients. There's no sugar in this bacon. No starches. Only preservatives and salts. Now, I buy specific uncured, no sugar bacon, but not all stores sell that. I do that for health reasons. But in general, the average store, the average bacon without sugar is going to be your low sodium bacon. So check the low sodium bacons at your store. Many of them do not have any sugar in them. Your normal average bacon, non-low sodium, will have sugar in it. Atkins will tell you that bacon with sugar is going to be okay because most of it burns off during the processing and cooking process. So it's up to you. But since low sodium bacons tend to not have sugar in them, and they still taste salty, that's what I used to buy. Costco's low sodium Kirkland bacon doesn't have sugar in it. At least it used to not to. And I bought that for years. If you're watching this video to understand and learn about food labels, I think that's enough for today. The next few videos will be the sausage recipes. I'm going to make a hot, spicy breakfast sausage, which is my favorite. A link sausage without any hotness. It'll be a little bit sweet, and a sweet Italian sausage. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.